Okay. See, Lucifer became greedy for more power, and thus leading a rebellion against God. In doing so, he's the first Judas of all time. In doing so, when he betrays God, betrays the trust, the love, betrays God, stabs him in his back, talk behind his back, gossip about him, turn people against him, and thus doing this, God kicks him out of heaven. Thus, that Satan betrays God, thus he kicks God into another purpose. He kicks God into a purpose. God said, before foundation of the time, I created you. God knows everything. Nothing is new to him. He knows what I'm going to say in the next 3 minutes. He knows what I'm going to do tomorrow night. He knows what I will do next week. He knows every single thing. He knew of Lucifer betraying him. He knew of all the things that would happen on the earth. But Satan kicks God into a new purpose. Well, Paul, I can't say he kicked God into a purpose. How can this be possible? God said, well, listen, Satan, he want to betray me. He want to lead people against me. Okay, well, okay. I got 2/3 heaven with me still. God said, I haven't failed. He just chose to do his own thing. Hey, angels had the free will to do their own thing. So God says, okay, Satan has now done this thing. Now thus I shall fulfill another purpose that I already had in mind. Thus I should create man in my image, create the earth. Create the earth. And thus form a man from the dust of the earth, and blow into him, into his nostrils, the breath of life. Thus giving him a helper named Eve, and that they shall multiply and be fruitful among the earth. He does this because of Judas, because of Lucifer's betrayal of God. He kicks God into a new purpose, another purpose, to bring forth and to create man. Thus, in doing so, we meet the second Judas of all time and the first Judas of the world. And that person's name is Eve. It's not Adam. It's Eve. Eve is the first Judas of all time in our world. Satan is the first Judas of all time, which means in heaven also. She betrays her husband. Now, let me break this down for you a little bit. I said in my first book, in the last chapter, the last section of the book, that I believe that Satan himself came to Adam first to tempt him with the fruit. But Adam succeeded by trusting in God and not falling into Satan's trap. How do I know that? Because Satan tempts Jesus first, face to face. Then he goes to Peter and Judas and other people. So Satan always tempts you straight up. And if you pass or succeed, if you pass the test, the temptation, then he goes another route to make you fall. But if you fail, thus so be. So Lucifer, the serpent, goes to beguile Eve. He deceives her. He uses deception, and she falls short, and she eats of the fruit. Now it says in the same verse, verse 6, it says in the same exact verse that when she ate of the fruit that she gave unto her husband Adam. Now we don't know how long that transition happened. We know that Eve was by herself and that Adam was somewhere else. Now we don't know how long it took for Adam to get to Eve to realize, to talk to her. Remember, Adam was working in the garden, so God must have told Adam, go back, something has happened, or something must happen. So Adam walks back, and he sees his wife in the tree, and she gives him the fruit. Now, it looks as if that Adam just takes the fruit and eats it and calls it a day. No, there must have been a conversation amongst the two. Because God said, the day you eat of this fruit, you should surely die. So Eve eats the fruit, and then Adam comes along, and Adam says, what have you done? Eve says, I ate the fruit, I didn't die. So Adam says, okay, you didn't die? Okay. And he didn't eat the fruit. Verse 7, it says that then their eyes were both open and they realized that they were naked and sewed fig leaves around themselves. Eve betrays her husband's trust. People say, well, Paul, how does Eve betray Adam? Didn't Adam betray God? Adam didn't betray God. Adam denied God because he denied God's commandments. He didn't betray him. Eve betrays Adam because Eve knew that she was naked. She didn't understand it. That's where we get the situation called, the phrase called a woman's intuition, is that she knows something, but she can't put a finger on it. She knows it. I know that my husband is cheating. I know that something is wrong. Well, women had a sense of knowing something, but cannot fully put their finger on it. That's where it comes from. I'm gonna give you little prompts. You have a gift to see things, understand things, but you can't comprehend it. Eve knows for sure that she is naked. She knows that something is out of place, something is wrong, I feel weird, but she doesn't tell Adam it. She doesn't relay this, but she say Adam. Had she told Adam that she felt weird by eating a fruit, then Adam would have knew something was wrong and wouldn't have done it, but she says nothing of the kind sort of him. You may be saying, well, Paul, what if you're wrong? What if she did to Adam? She didn't. Because had she done it, Adam would have said no. Because he says, well, if you ate of it and something went wrong, that don't mean I should eat it then. Adam eats of the fruit. Then God comes down, and Adam, based upon his sin, kicks God into another purpose. Eve betrays Adam, thus kicking him to something called work, called sweat of the brow. When Adam eats of the fruit, he kicks God into another purpose, which is to send his son Jesus down to redeem that which was lost. What are you talking about, Paul? Satan, the same garden that Adam and Eve walked in, the same garden in Ezekiel 28, which Lucifer walked in, the garden of God. When Lucifer fell, God gave dominion of the earth to Lucifer. I mean, he gave dominion of the earth to man. Satan, Lucifer reigned the earth before we came, but when he fell, God took it from him, said, I must fulfill this position, thus creating man. And when he created man, he gave them dominion over animals, over everything else. But then man gave back the power of the earth to the devil. And God said to the woman, thou seed shall war with the serpent's seed, and then he shall bruise thy heel, and the man shall crush his head. Speaking of Jesus Christ himself. He kicks God into a purpose to redeem that which he gave man dominion over. Because now, before Christ came, Satan ruled the world. He was top notch. Then when Christ came and died, thus he redeemed that which was lost. Now he's enthroned and ever. So now Adam and Eve kicks God into another purpose, which is sending Jesus down to redeem that which is lost. Becoming God's Judas. You realize that Satan betrays God? That Adam and Eve betray Adam, Eve betrays Adam, and that Adam denies God, thus betraying him in a sense, pushing God into, kicking God into a lesson. God said, I already knew what was going to happen. So now they're out of the garden. And we run into our third Judas of all time, but our second of the world, whose name is Cain. Genesis 4, 8 through 12. Cain kills his brother, Abel, because he was angry at him, he was jealous. He kills him. His brother, the one he sat at the table with and ate, the one he hugged,